Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zoomer Sports Radio Podcast, episode 23. And in today's episode, it's game day, it's opening day, college football. You know what we're talking about.
Zoomer College Game Day.
Yes, sir. College game day right here in Studio 744. It has been raining a little bit outside today, so not a great day, but we are ready to watch some college football. I'm very excited. Let's make some picks.
All right, we'll make some picks later in the show, but right now, I'm excited for college football. I mean, unfortunately, we won't be able to go to the games because the teams near us aren't playing. That's pretty much it.
Yes, we will kick off a show talking about the Big Ten and Kevin Warren on how he's got no guts to call the Big Ten season and to let them play. But before we get into that, our episode today is sponsored by the great folks at Dunkin' Donuts.
In our home city downtown, who give us free donuts all the time.
All the time. Just buy one, get two. Great deal. So definitely stop on by today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Why do we keep giving so many companies free advertising?
Yeah, we should have definitely.
We should either find sponsors or just. But like the Munchkins are too good, so.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get Munchkins, I don't really care.
Well, honestly, Dunkin' could give us just like a box of Munchkins. They'd sponsor our show.
Yeah, I would take that over money. Like even like a $2 a month or a week or whatever it is.
Just a box of donuts every show.
Yeah, free food, I'll take it. So, I really don't care.
Alright, let's start talking about the Big Ten situation with Kevin Warren. It's just a mess right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got the vote that happened, I think it was mid-July, on whether the Big Ten was going to have a season or not. I believe Iowa and Nebraska were the only teams who voted not to have a season, which is ridiculous because, I mean, all these big schools, I mean, Ohio State, they're competing for a national championship.
Why wouldn't they want a season?
Minnesota, they came off an unbelievable year.
PJ Fleck's the most underrated coach in college football.
Yeah, I mean, they came up, huge win over Auburn, and I think it was the Outback Bowl. So they're heading in the right direction.
A huge win over Penn State last year.
Yeah, huge. I mean, we're just talking about them making the college football playoff. And then you got Wisconsin, Michigan State.
Hey, you want to know who Wisconsin lost to last year? Yeah, on a field goal at Illinois' homecoming.
That's how deep the conference is.
Yeah, this Big Ten conference is deep.
It's not, I mean, other than...
Besides Rutgers.
Rutgers, everyone is competitive.
For a bowl game, for at least that 6-6 slot.
Nebraska, Scott Frost. I mean, he took UCF to an undefeated season. Yeah, a little bit of a slump last year.
He's done nothing at Nebraska, though. That's the problem.
Okay, but you got to give him some time. He's been a great coach in the past, so there's definitely potential there. I'm saying every team but Rutgers has potential. So them not having a season, it's just like it's a huge loss for college football. It's not just a conference not being able to compete for the championship.
Like, honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal that Pac-12's not playing, because basically they're a 4-team conference. Oregon, Utah, Arizona State, and USC. Other than that, teams aren't very competitive. I mean, Washington State would have been if Mike Leach was there, but he's now at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So.
And then Washington in the past with Coach...
Kyle Whittingham?
No, the coach that retired, Peterson.
Oh, yeah, Chris Peterson.
Chris Peterson retired.
Oh, yeah, Kyle Whittingham is the coach at Utah.
He had them going in the right direction. Utah was a great team last year. They're in the top 25 this year. So, yeah, Pac-12 has a few losses, but not too many. But the Big Ten is really the one that sticks out because Kevin Warren, in his first year after Jim Delaney retired, I guarantee if he was still the commissioner, we would be playing because it would be one of his last years. He wouldn't really get a lot of crap if they did have an issue with the season. I don't think there would be an issue at all if they did play.
Dude, Jim Delaney was a good commissioner.
He was a great commissioner over 30 years.
Yeah, he brought in Penn State in 1990. He brought in Nebraska. He did the Maryland Rutgers deal. He did a lot of good stuff for the conference. He got the Big Ten Network TV deal done, the most lucrative contract for any conference.
And then he got Maryland eventually in the Big Ten, which for football, they're kind of...
It's more of a basketball addition.
Yeah, great addition for basketball, but nonetheless, great addition for the conference.
Rutgers, the only reason I wanted Rutgers is because that's a New York market. True. Rutgers is terrible. They don't even belong in the American Conference. They belong in Conference USA or as an independent. They don't belong in the Big Ten. But, I mean, Greg Schiano's looking to turn that program around because when Greg Schiano was coach, they were a bowl team. But also they played in a way easier conference. They played in the Big East.
Yeah, and definitely geographically, it's an advantage for the Big Ten, which give Jim Delaney a lot of credit. But at the same time, I mean, let's go back to why they're not having a season. First of all, they said that every other conference is going on with the same college football playoff format. And so they're saying, oh, yeah, we can play later in the spring. Well, hold on. What are you competing for if you're playing in the spring? Is it just going to be scrimmages with no fans?
No, I think they're competing for the Rose Bowl.
Okay, but the Rose Bowl is part of the college football playoff this year, is it not?
Yeah, so they don't even get to play for that.
Yeah, so they're treating them like high school athletes. They're just saying you get a season, which is not. I mean, you got guys like Justin Fields. He's in contention for being the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, he's literally not only is he in contention for a national championship, he's in contention about who's going to have their career ruined by the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's literally
true.
what he's in contention for. If I was Justin Fields, I would want to be the number 2, because we all know the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going 2-14. They're drafting Trevor Lawrence.
No doubt. And I don't know how much this is going to end up affecting his draft stock, but you know, he set a petition when they decided to cancel. It had over 200,000 signatures. I mean, he said.
Hey, Kevin Warren, did you even listen to that? Like that's not like a little amount. That's 200,000. You could fill up Michigan Stadium twice with that.
No, Kevin Warren needs to wake up. He's got his earbuds in, and you know,
this is Kevin Warren right now.
This is his wake up call.
He's just blocking out the haters right now. We're just like with these headphones. He's just blocking them out.
I mean, yeah, I'll give him that it's his first year of being commissioner, but
if it's your first year, do what the fans want, because college sports is about the fans and the players. College sports should not be about the presidents of the university.
Yeah, you need to.
College football pays for so much stuff on universities. They pay for not only other sports, they pay for other school programs, dormitories. This is what you're losing. Because in the spring, nobody's going to want to watch college football. I'm sorry. Not a single person is going to want to watch college football.
Yeah, in the spring.
People are going to want to watch March Madness. The most superior playoffs of all time is NCAA March Madness.
Yeah, in the spring, we are watching March Madness. We are not watching college football. We are then watching the NBA playoffs, the MLB starts. You're competing. There's no way you are going to compete with those other sports when everyone else is playing in the fall and you're playing in the spring. Like,
no one is gonna care about you.
You have to see this from a marketing point of view also. It's your first year. You want to make an impression on the players and the fans. And this is the exact opposite of what he's doing. And this is, I mean, I don't want to speak to the whole NCAA, but this is how they do not value the players. It is I don't know what kind of a league it is. It's not a players' league. It's not a coaches' league, because the coaches want to play, clearly.
Yeah, Scott Frost said he wants to play. Kirk Ferentz,
yeah.
PJ Fleck, they want to play. They want to play.
You got to let them play. What? You can get the virus anywhere. If you're in a controlled environment,
it lowers the chance. I saw on the Chiefs-Texans game, out of 90,000 tests in the NFL, only 6 came back positive. 6 came back positive. And if you notice, there's 67, 67 players came positive. They're all false. Just imagine what that is for the whole country. Imagine how many false positives we had.
Yeah, 77, and all tested false. And you do understand, who gives a hell if you can't have stadiums at full capacity? We're not
even asking for stadiums at full capacity. We're asking for 20% or no fans at all.
We're asking for good testing. We're asking for results for the testing. And then you can play. You can play in a controlled environment. Just have all the students off campus. I know that the rules don't allow for that, but have everyone take online classes. The athletes can stay and compete and live their life as a student. And if they're not getting this benefit, if they're not getting a season, they sure as hell better give them another year of eligibility.
They should give them another year of eligibility, and they should give them more money, because the amount of money the universities are just swindling from their college kids right now. Because they get down there, UNC, college kids get down there for 1 week, classes are canceled, all online. You're still paying $60,000 for tuition, $10,000 for housing. That's insane. It's robbery. That should not be allowed. You're taking $70,000 to look at a screen. You could do that at your house and go to like University of Phoenix for $3,000. It's the same thing. It's all online.
Yeah, it's cruel and unusual punishment that you have to pay full tuition while not getting any college experience at all. Especially, I know the California schools did this a lot prior to, but yeah, the fact that they're not playing, they're so naive in the fact that they don't even realize that they're more than just college athletes. They're playing for NFL draft position. They're playing for NFL contracts. They're not. You're basically saying you can't get a future career. They're basically preventing them from their job, which is going to be in the NFL for a lot of them. So the fact that you're not giving them a season and a chance to, at some point,
I think they should have the right to transfer out of the Big Ten.
They should.
They should get the right. And we're like Nebraska, they can play outside. They should, because Kevin Warren won't let it happen. They should get the right to go play for whoever wants. If they want to go play for Appalachian State, go for it. You want to go play for East Carolina, go for it. You want to go play for Alabama, go for it. If they'll take you, you can play.
No doubt. And there's just too many there's just too many situations where you can't give the student athletes, after all the work they put in the summer, you can't have them cut their seasons short after all this work, after all the training, after all the training camps. You cannot take away their season because they work so hard. This is America. You need to value the work that they put in. And yeah, so what? If someone tests positive, who gives a rip? No one cares. That happens every day. Just let them play.
If they test positive, you quarantine them. That's not that hard.
Quarantine them on campus with no other students, just the athletes. Is it not a solution that they can figure out? I'm so confused why Kevin Warren could not get his head wrapped around this. This is ridiculous. And for Iowa and Nebraska, in particular those two schools, because I don't know why everyone else voted to not have the season, but they voted to have it. They should be able to play in, let's say, the Big 12 or another conference that.
Yeah, I'm proud to make this. Fire Kevin Warren. Recall him. Dude, fire him. Bring back Jim Delaney. I don't care that he retired. Bring him back.
He doesn't even have to. He just has to, for a term, for a year, just call the season on, and then you can enjoy your retirement.
I'm just telling you, Kevin Warren, I know you're not listening, but if you are, do you either want to be the most hated guy in college football or the most loved guy in college football? You allow the season to happen, you'll become the most loved guy and beloved guy in college football. But if you don't, you will go down as the most hated guy in college football. You'll go down like more hated than
Yeah, he is making a whole. I don't know what his thought was when he canceled the season. I don't know how. I bet for him it wasn't that hard of a decision, because he was like, oh, screw these guys. Let me just have the season. You need it to be as safe as possible. No, the hell with that. Have the season, have fans. If you make the right decision, you will be idolized as one of the best commissioners in your first year because you're making the right decision and there's nothing that they can flaw you for. Like, he's making the decision for these kids to not. They put in way too much work, as I said. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but at the same time, you can't take away the season from them when it's up until this point. If you made the decision in early April and did not let teams get back on campus and train, then that would be a different deal. But at this point, it was, I don't want to say it was premature, but it was way too late. It was way too unfair. And the fact that he should have. This is what I don't like about college football. The commissioners from other conferences need to communicate with each other so that they know what they're dealing with. And Kevin Warren, I guarantee you, was not. He probably thought every other conference was going to cancel.
He literally did, because Big Ten came out first, then Pac-12 Ivy League came out first, then the MAC came out, then Big Ten, then Pac-12, then the SEC literally went, F off, we're playing, screw you.
Yeah, that's what I like.
SEC, Big Ten, Kevin Warren thinks the Big Ten is the superior conference for college football. You could not be further from the truth. Kevin Warren is delusional. The SEC runs college football. It's not even close. The SEC runs football. Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida, Georgia. Dude, those are all always competitive. Texas A&M, Tennessee.
Yeah, and just
what is going on?
Just building off of that, I mean, when was the last time the Big Ten won a college football playoff game?
It
was Ohio State in the national championship game. That was like 5 years ago.
Dude, Michigan State's playing them, lost. Ohio State's playing them, lost. Who else is playing them?
They did not score a single point in those games. So that just shows the conference is going down. We thought it was It's not.
It's just we're looking like it's going up this year, but then you just cancel it. This is why we can't have good things.
No one gives a rip if someone tests positive. Quarantine them. Test everyone.
I'm just saying, if the SEC can do it, the Big 12 can do it, and the ACC can do it, why can't the Big 10 do it?
Yeah.
Why can't the Big 10 do it? You have no excuse.
There's no geographical advantage.
No excuse.
In like Florida and Texas and California, shit, I can understand that the cases have gone up, but at the same time, the Big Ten is a wasteland. Other than like the Northwestern and in that area, I mean, you got Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota. Those are not big metropolitan areas. So what are you thinking when all these other conferences that play in big, loud environments that are even allowing fans? I'm not even asking you to have fans at the games. Just play the games. Just play the game, and you can have the kids happy. They just want to. They don't care. I mean, I can't imagine college football without fans. Granted, those are the big part in the environment.
Literally, Gameday. We were just watching Gameday, and it's weird with them not having fans.
Yeah, but I'll take anything. I can take a season. Just have the season.
I'll take watching college Gameday with Pat McAfee in Indianapolis in his own studio, Lee Corso at his home, not there with the mascot, with David Pollock on the desk. Their desk. Normally their desk is honestly like the size of like this thing, just on like a rectangular show. Now their desk is like the size of this whole room. Because I got to get the 6 feet. Honestly, I don't care. Gameday's back. It's the most superior live TV show I've ever seen in my life.
No doubt. And it feels...
But it's still different without fans. That's what made it so good, was the fans aspect.
I gotta tell you, it just feels great to be back and great to finally have some college football. Because me personally, 3 months ago, I thought it was not going to happen. I thought that it was...
3 months ago, I thought it was going to happen.
3 months ago, I thought... I didn't think it was a guarantee. I was hopeful, but we got the games. I'm just happy. But, goddamn, the Big Ten for not playing... Yeah, I'm done talking. I can't say anything about it. I'm lost for words.
We're done with Kevin Warren. Recall him, fire, or just make the fans happy. You get, dude. The only negative outcome is some guys get COVID, but the positives, you get the money. You make the fans happy. Make the universities happy. They get their money.
Yeah, there's too much money at risk. They can't afford to lose. I mean, University of Wisconsin, I saw they're losing like $70 million.
You can't afford to lose that.
Just from this one season.
You're gonna have to cancel many sports. You're gonna have to cancel. You're gonna have to cancel like classes and courses. You're gonna have to cancel events.
Like, they're saying, oh yeah, there's a virus going around, we can't have this stuff. Hey, there's a bigger virus at this point of you losing so much money so that you're not functionable as a university. That gets dangerous when you lose too much money. I'm sorry, I think that's a bigger deal.
And you know what that's gonna mean? That means tuition's gonna go up. And that's gonna screw so many other families who don't have the sons and daughters with athletic dominance and superior athleticism, where they can go play and get money for being an athlete.
Yeah, this is why the NCAA, I can tell, does not put the
I think Mark Emmert should honestly resign. He's been terrible.
No, I think that they should.
Mark Emmert, the CEO of the NCAA. I think he's been terrible. The president.
I think after that situation and how it was such a late call by him to cancel the NCAA tournament, fall, spring sports, etc. I think that they need to restructure the NCAA so that it's a separate commissioner or president for each NCAA sport, because he's the president of every NCAA sport, not just basketball.
I mean, they probably do have him.
I mean, yeah, you got like Dan Gavitt, who's the chief vice president of basketball operations. So you got people like that, but I think that there should be a more hierarchy for...
Yeah, they should have their own president that decides what they want to do with the sport, not what Mark Emmert decides.
Exactly.
Alright,
I'm done
talking about Kevin Warren. We're going to talk some of the games today. Alright, I'm pulling up we're not going to make a pick. We're just talking about ACC so far. Like big guy... How many big guys have really not opted out? I don't think so many besides like Julian Newman.
Jamar Chase opted out.
Jamar Chase opted out?
I know. He was going to be the number one receiver.
Jamar Chase opted out.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'd be like, he was going to win the
He was going to win. The Blitnikoff Award. Jamar Chase seriously opted out.
Yes, he did.
I'm
Then, I mean, before the Big Ten and the Pac-12 opted out, you guys like Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State, opted out. The lineman on Oregon,
why is he opting out?
Swell.
Well, LSU's good. LSU's not going to be anything this
best
year.
NFL prospects, but yeah, LSU is. It could be the worst national champion defender of all time.
They're going to go 9-3.
They're going to finish middle of the pack. I mean, who's LSU's quarterback this year? I don't even know.
They're going to go 9-3 probably.
I got to look at their schedule because Georgia.
They're going to lose to Auburn. They're going to lose to Bama. They're going to lose to. They're going to beat Are they going to even beat A&M?
A&M, I don't know.
Their quarterback's either TJ Finley or Max Johnson.
Texas A&M could be good this year. I thought Georgia was going to beat Alabama, but now because the quarterback opted out.
Oh, it's Miles Brennan.
Yeah, Jamie Newman opted out. I don't really know.
Justin Fields should stay at Georgia.
I think Alabama.
Well, Jake Fromm should have stayed. We all know that. Jake Fromm should have stayed. Because he's just going to be a third stringer in his whole career in the NFL.
Yeah.
When if he stayed one more year, he might have gotten a chance at the starting job.
He might have won a national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, he blew that chance a couple years ago against Alabama, but I mean, we can't talk about that anymore because that was a while ago.
But that's when Tua made a name for himself.
Yeah.
And look what happened to Tua. Tua was a backup to Jalen Hurts. Tua was he the 5th or 6th pick?
He was the 5th, I think.
To the Dolphins. Look, miracles happen in college football. You opt out, you take your chance away.
Yeah, legends are made in the championship games. And he wasn't even starting in the national championship game.
No, he came in because Jalen Hurts was sucking butt. Yeah. He was terrible. He was playing terrible.
And look at Jalen Hurts now. I mean, he was a
second-round pick.
But
he's the backup. He's not going to be a starter.
I don't think he can be a starter.
I'm calling it. It's Tua time, week 12. Miami Dolphins start Tua.
I saw the NFL predictions.
Yeah, my show I did on, what was it, Thursday?
Yeah.
Right before the Chiefs game?
Yeah. Personally, I think that he's going to start earlier than week
12?
12, I'd say like maybe week 8. But, yeah, depending on how Fitzpatrick does, because I think the Dolphins would be a great team
in a couple years
if they had off-season training. Like, they're such a young team. They
Christian
need
Wilkins, Shaq Lawson on that defense.
Yeah.
Byron Jones.
Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah. And then that offense, you got Devontae Parker, of course, one of the best receivers in the league.
They added 2 good running backs, Jordan Howard and Matt Breida. Not great, but good.
I mean, Jordan Howard, he rushed for over 2,000 yards a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what Jordan Howard are you going to get? He's too inconsistent.
Exactly. Okay.
And when he rushed for 2,000 yards, he was the only running back on the Bears. He was the only option. They had no receivers, no tight ends.
Yeah. Let's not get too deep into the NFL. I was just
this is a college football show.
But
this is Zoomer College Game Day.
Just expanding on the fact that you could have stayed and made a name for yourself as a college player. But yeah, let's get into these matchups. What's the first matchup we're gonna look at
for today, week 2? Well, let's talk about the game on Thursday. Miami beat UAB. I don't think that was a shock to anyone. But pretty good. But you know, we do know the SMU and TCU game did get postponed. But first game is Syracuse at North Carolina. North Carolina is a 23.5 point favorite.
Yeah, and North Carolina, I mean, bringing back Mac Brown as the head coach. They got a good quarterback, Sam Howell. They're ranked in the top 25. First time, I think, since Trubisky was the quarterback.
God, Trubisky.
But, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't think this should be a problem, especially at home. I think they take Syracuse. We're going to do final score predictions, too?
We'll do those a little later. We're just going to talk about the matchups first, and then we'll do picks. Oh, no, we could do picks right now. It's 10:47. Game start 11.
Yeah.
We can start making picks.
We got to make the picks.
Yeah, as we know, we sent a letter to the University of Wake Forest asking if Zoomer College Game Day could come on site. They didn't even respond back, so we took that as a no. Because we were going to do it. We were going to compete with the one on ESPN. But, hey, YouTube is growing right now. YouTube is growing. Shows on YouTube is growing.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee, pardon my take, Joe Rogan. Those get so many views. I mean, Wake Forest wouldn't allow us on because that was the site we chose for Game Day. They didn't allow us on. They allowed ESPN on instead. I think that's a terrible decision.
Terrible decision.
But if they had Zoomer Sports on, everyone would be applying to Wake Forest now. Because
Exactly.
Super Sports is the best podcast.
No doubt. And it's definitely the most underrated. And yeah.
We hit 50 subs.
Anyone who is not subscribed, who's watching this video right now, shame on you because you're missing out on a lot of content.
Yo, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and like our videos.
If you're on, we know you're on. Subscribe so you can see all the other amazing
Don't
content.
forget to comment on our videos.
Yes. Comment.
We've had a lot of comment wars on our videos.
Yeah, you definitely check out the comment wars in the other videos too.
Yeah,
those are definitely part of the podcast also.
Yeah, Trent Davidson, the former Alabama. We have a former Alabama football player commenting on our videos. Trent Davidson.
With one career catch for 3 yards.
he flexed on everyone that he played football at Alabama. But we looked at his stats. He caught one pass in his career.
And he had like 2 kick returns for -5 yards.
He played like 3 games his whole career.
And then you could also check out in the comment section, you'll find a man named Scott Perry. We've had some great roasts on him.
Scott Perry. Scott Perry. If you're listening, Scott, keep listening and try to come back with some better comebacks.
Yeah. Alright.
But Scott Perry. He's a clown.
He is.
Alright, but the Syracuse game, North Carolina, Syracuse, 18 is North Carolina. We're not picking the spread. We're just picking the head-to-head matchup. I'm going Tar Heels here.
I mean, yeah, I don't think this is a hard one for me. You know, Syracuse, a couple years ago, they had Eric Dungy as their quarterback, but he's no longer there. Syracuse was they were a sneaky good team. I don't really think they were a great team. They're just a great story, but yeah, traditionally I think North Carolina is better in this game, and they got better talent at quarterback, which I think matters most. So I'm gonna pick the Tar Heels.
All right, next game we got Louisiana at number 23 Iowa State. How do you think Blake Clark is going to do in his start at Iowa State?
You know, I think this is going to be a tough game for him going up
Really?
against an Iowa State team who...
No, he is on Iowa State.
Oh, Brock Purdy's not the starter?
I didn't see his name.
I think he's the starter still.
Brock Purdy's got to be... Did he opt out? I'm looking at the roster right now. Yeah, Brock Purdy should be the starter. Oh my God,
Was he a senior? I don't think he was a senior last year, because I know he played my Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the Camping World Bowl last year.
All right, he's still at Iowa
destroyed.
State. Yeah, Brock Purdy's the starter. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
But why is he on the roster then?
Is he a second quarterback?
I'm looking at the quarterback. Oh, yep, there he is. My bad. I didn't look at the roster because it's Brock Purdy. I didn't even know who that is.
But yeah, this Iowa State team, they played a lot of close games last year. Were able to finish most of them.
Matt Campbell's still coach.
Matt Campbell?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's doing pretty good. He's turned around Iowa State. They were consistently like a 2-10 team. Now they're like an 8-4 team.
That was only like 4 years ago they had finished 2-10. So yeah, the Big 12 definitely
underrated conference.
Yeah, I think that they're really top heavy, I'd say. I don't know how deep they are.
Oh, yeah, it's really Oklahoma State, Texas.
TCU's kind of faded away from being a top contender.
Oh, they really haven't done anything since they had the Andy Daltons and Trevon Boykins of the world.
Yeah, the college football
playoff
playoff snub.
They had so many guys get drafted this year. Jalen Reagor.
Jeff Gladney,
Jeff Gladney, the cornerback. But yeah, they had a bunch of guys get drafted this year.
Yeah,
Well, I'm taking Iowa State in this game. It'll be on ESPN, 11 o'clock. It starts in 8 minutes.
They only lost by 1 point to Oklahoma last year on the road, so that shows how tough they can play and what their ceiling is. But, yeah, I think definitely... I mean, who's Oklahoma's quarterback this year? I mean, they've had 4 quarterbacks in 4 years.
And they've had 2 Heismans?
2 Heismans, yeah.
Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. And Jalen Hurts is nothing to sleep on.
No, Jalen Hurts, he was a finalist, so that's something. Lincoln Riley just needs to find a way, I think.
Lincoln Riley's such a good coach. He just needs to win a national championship.
Yeah, he needs to win. He needs a big bowl game win.
Spencer Rattler is their starting quarterback.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, I'm taking Iowa State. I don't think it's really a hot take. Just
Charlotte at App. I took Iowa State as well. Charlotte at App State. Here, listen. This is a game in the Sun Belt. We're not going to talk about it because, frankly, nobody cares about the Sun Belt, but App State is a team that consistently goes 11-1.
No, App State's been a team. They've been ranked in the
And
top
they've only
25.
been in the FBS for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, they were in the FCS and they got bumped up.
They were in I think it was the Southern Conference.
I think they're in the same conference with like James Madison, who's good at
James
FCS.
Madison, yeah, Furman, teams like that. But yeah, they're in the I get it confused all the time.
They're in the FBS now.
Okay,
they're in the Sun Belt.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I think honestly, App State should be in the American over like East Carolina.
Yeah, East Carolina should be Conference USA. Sun
App
Belt.
State should be in the American. Even though they're terrible at basketball, just how good they are at football should put them in the American.
Yeah, definitely. They're
And
definitely
make
that
it
caliber team.
the American is a competitive conference. I mean, it's pretty deep. Not really top heavy, but deep.
No, I'd say it's top heavy.
UCF, Navy. Well, Navy got blown out last year.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's gonna be good. Luke Fickell didn't leave.
Depending on the year, Houston can be good.
Yeah, Houston's normally good.
Even in basketball, I mean, those are the teams who finish at the top of basketball too.
I mean, UConn left, so
I mean, they weren't really doing anything.
well for basketball.
Football, are they that good?
No, all they've had is Byron Jones.
Yeah.
But I'm taking App State. I know you are taking App
Yes.
State. Eastern Kentucky at West Virginia. Listen, West Virginia, 11 players just got suspended. Did you hear that?
Yes.
4 are starters. Eastern Kentucky, I guarantee you, none of their starters can play for West Virginia. I'm going with Pat McAfee's alma mater, West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going with, you know what? I'm going to take the opposite. Pat McAfee, I love you. Best announcer of all time.
Best punter.
Best podcast of all time.
Best
other
punter.
than us.
Come on, best punter. You're
Best
not gonna,
punter, yeah, best punter.
You're not gonna give him best punter over. Are you gonna put Ray Guy over him?
No.
I put Pat McAfee over Ray Guy just because I would never see Ray Guy recover his own onside kick. I've never seen Ray Guy headbutt another guy. I've never seen Ray Guy chase down a dude and tackle him. I've never seen Ray Guy after Pat McAfee hits an awesome punt. There's a little chip shot. Never seen Ray Guy do that.
Notice how I didn't call Pat McAfee the best punter of all time. He is a football player. He is not a punter.
He's a football player.
It's a football emphasis on player right there. But yeah,
If you don't think kickers are athletes, go look at Pat McAfee.
I'm going with. I'm feeling an upset. I feel like there's going to be one. Because like last year, if I'm not mistaken, Georgia State, I think,
beat Tennessee
in week 1. So that's going to be my upset. Not much of an upset because neither team were ranked and 11 players suspended.
Well, it's still an upset because West Virginia is a Power 5 team.
My non-power over a power conference will be Eastern Kentucky over West Virginia. Pretty debatable, but I got a feeling.
That's a pretty bold take there.
Yeah.
All right. Here we're going down to Arkansas State, K-State. And listen, K-State, they've not been the same since Bill Snyder has retired, and they are not the same as they are in basketball with Bruce Weber. Bruce Weber, great coach, coached at Illinois, coached at K-State. But I'm taking Arkansas State here in an upset.
Really?
Here's my non-power over power upset. Was this one? Was Arkansas State over K-State. Alright?
Yeah.
That's my upset. Obviously, you're taking K-State.
I'm taking K-State. Yeah, K-State hasn't really. They've been good in the past. They had obviously Tyler Lockett, wide receiver. Other than that, I mean, what other players have they had? Like notable. I can't really think of any.
Yeah.
But
UL Monroe at Army. You know what? I got to salute to these armed forces. Army's getting it done. The kids that are going to Army are helping keeping America the greatest country in the world, helping keeping it safe, and helping keeping us number 1.
I gotta agree with you. I think that Army is gonna get the job done and get the win. But I think for these teams,
as long as you don't get just like shellacked like Navy did.
No, these teams in these power conferences who are playing the FCS teams. The advantage that the FCS teams has is they played in week 1. They started playing last week, so they could be in better.
That's
shape.
a good point for that Eastern Kentucky West Virginia game.
And then for the Arkansas State over Kansas State.
Well, Arkansas State's in the Sun Belt. Did the Sun Belt start playing? Because I remember Marshall played last week, and they're at CUSA.
I remember. I think UTEP played last week.
Yeah, UTEP plays Texas, but we all know Texas is going to get it done.
Yeah.
All right. Duke at number 10, Notre Dame.
Fighting Irish.
think Duke takes this one.
No.
They got Chase Bryce, the former former backup at Clemson.
Yeah.
I think that. No, I'm just kidding. Is Ian Book still the quarterback in Notre Dame?
He's got. I think he got an extra year eligibility. I think he would have been a senior last year, but very glad that he got another year. We got.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the starting running back, but Chris Tyree, best running back prospect in a decade. We got him. Huge pickup for Notre Dame. Recruiting has gone up. Great job, Brian Kelly. Irish get the job done. Get the win at home against Duke, who, had Daniel Jones a couple years ago, but Chase Bryce, I'm sorry. This is not. It's too big of a moment for you in the spotlight.
Too big of a moment? He played at Clemson. Every game was in the moment. They were the number 1 seed every game.
Yeah, he played at Clemson when they were up by like 59-0, and he would throw a touchdown to
Will
T.
Sweeney.
Higgins,
No, he
Justin
wouldn't.
Ross.
No, T. Higgins would be out of game. Justin Ross, he would throw it to Will Sweeney, Dabo's son.
Oh, yeah.
He would throw touchdowns to Will Sweeney.
It would be like the third quarter, and he would play the rest of the game. I'll give him that. He would.
He played at Clemson.
He played at Clemson, but like, I think he'll have.
He won a national championship.
I think he'll have a good year, but yeah, Notre Dame, it's too big.
I'm saying Notre Dame. All right, this is probably the most interesting game right here. Georgia Tech, Florida State. Who do you think gets it done? Because Florida State, they have Mike Norvell now, whole new culture here.
Yeah.
How many games do you think Florida State's going to win?
Okay, I feel like they're going to be... You see, both these teams are coming off of lackluster seasons last year. Did Florida State make a bowl game? I know Georgia Tech didn't. I think they did.
FSU might have. But, I mean, James Blackman, their quarterback at FSU, I think is going to be really good.
Yeah, obviously they've gone through a little bit of a quarterback.
Yeah, they did.
carousel
6
the
and
last few
7.
years. DeAndre Francois, Alex Hornibrook.
Well, DeAndre Francois was a mess because he got kicked off the team.
Yeah.
He was such a good player, but he got kicked off. He ruined his shot at the NFL.
Yeah, no doubt. But I would say that I'm going to have Florida State at this one because it's in Tallahassee. Mike Norvell, great season at Memphis, got them to the Cotton Bowl. It's a similar situation to Scott Frost at UCF at Nebraska because he got UCF a Peach Bowl win, won the American, same as did Norvell at Memphis. So you could see this could be a tough year for him in year one, but I think in the future, Florida State could be a better team and they could have a better culture. We just have to give it some time, but I think they beat Georgia Tech in this one at home.
Yeah, but going on Florida State, does DeAndre Francois pull a Kendrick Nunn here? He gets kicked off a Power 5 school. He got kicked out of Illinois and went to Oakland. They go to these low-level schools. My bad. He went to Hampton. Does he find a way to make it and do well in the NFL? Like Kendrick Nunn did in the NBA.
Yeah.
I do not see it happening.
I don't see it happening. Maybe once Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson officially buys the XFL, maybe he could get to the XFL. Maybe he can make a practice squad. The NBA is so much more of a league where you can find a place. You can fit in better in the NBA. The NFL, it goes full swing and you just can't. Unless you're built for the NFL, you can't really. It's a tough
in the NBA,
road.
you find guys you didn't expect to be good, like Tyler Hero. I don't think anyone expected him to be as good as he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the 14th pick.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso in LA.
Undrafted.
The dude looks like a 50-year-old alcoholic that hangs out at the Applebee's. He does not look like an NBA player. His receding hairline is worse than LeBron's. Alex Caruso literally looks like a divorced father of 3 girls who are all in high school that lives in an apartment and drinks beer at the Applebee's.
No, a little bit too much on the Hennessy there for Caruso. But, yeah. Maybe a little bit too much time at the club also. But, yeah, I mean, that time's paid off. He's doing on the Lakers, the point is he's on the team and he found a pivotal spot on the roster. So the NBA, it can work. The NFL, I don't see it, especially with DeAndre Francois, based on everything he's gotten into, suspended. Now.
What's the problem with Florida State guys getting suspended? James Winston, DeAndre Francois. What is wrong with them?
I don't know.
Is it just Is there something in the air in Tallahassee? Are they pumping in something in the oxygen?
It's the Seminole pride.
Alright, so I'm taking Florida State in this game. Norvell's going to get it done in his first game as a coach, and they will allow fans in that stadium.
Yes. I agree.
All right, next game we got. I'm skipping those two games. We got Austin Peeve at Pittsburgh. Who takes the dub there?
Yeah,
I think Pittsburgh does.
I don't really know what to say about that game.
Austin Peeve, I've only heard of in basketball, and they lose like 100 to like 60 every time they play like someone. Like they play Illinois, they lost like 101 to 52.
Yeah, don't know much about them for basketball. Obviously, for football, obviously they're an FCS team. Pittsburgh, they made the ACC championship a couple years ago, so. But I don't really have to say much about their success. They're going to win, no problem. Middle of the pack ACC team.
This game, I like Missouri State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to get it done. We don't even got to talk about this. It's Missouri State. They're in the Missouri Valley Conference.
I tell you what, I'm gonna watch that game not for the competitiveness. I just want to see some points on the board.
Yeah, we could go there. Tickets are only $27 in Norman. Maybe we should have sent them an email instead of Wake Forest.
Actually, for Oklahoma, I believe Kennedy Brooks, the running back, opted out. So that's a big loss. I just
Jamar Chase, Kennedy Brooks, and Jamie Newman. Like in the NFL, no really like huge names have opted out. Like the biggest name probably has been Dante Hightower.
Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, the medical doctor who's also a lineman on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he opted out. Damian Williams, also a semi-big name.
Yeah, Marquise Goodwin, the Eagles wide receiver.
Yeah, but
not a ton of big names.
Yeah, because they want to play.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And then I feel like Damian Williams. I feel like after watching that Chiefs-Texans game on Thursday night, I feel like Damian Williams has got to be shitting in his pants now after seeing Clyde Edwards-Helaire just go off like that because he's going to be out of a job.
I think
the Chiefs are not going to pay him for that.
He's going to be on the trade block, no doubt.
He's not going to be on the trade block. He's just going to be on the block. He's just going to be on the sidewalk.
Who will want him?
No one will, dude, because he opted out, and then Clyde Edwards-Helaire has just been amazing so far. He is the next best amazing running back in the NFL.
I feel like he's going to win.
Damian Williams costed himself a job.
He should win Rookie of the Year. But I think that they're going to treat the Rookie of the Year, I have a feeling, they're just going to give it to Joe Burrow, just like they snubbed Josh Jacobs of the award last year and gave it to Kyler Murray. But, yeah, I think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, based on what every team in the AFC West, as they said, they are shitting their pants right now. They are scared. Because they will not know how to block him.
AFC West is scared, especially Denver. Von Miller's out.
Yeah.
And then, because all they got now is Bradley Chubb.
And the Chiefs, they lost Tardif, but yeah, they picked up Kaleke Oshemele from the Raiders, who's been to the Pro Bowl, so that's a huge fill-in for the offensive line, so they didn't really get any.
So what I'm saying is Damian Williams should not have opted out because he is screwed. He's screwed himself. Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire is so good now.
Yeah, and I can see why the NFL, why some players would want to opt out, because at home they got families. So
I know, but when your future is like Marcus Goodwin, his job's still going to be there because he's a good receiver. Mm-hmm. But Damian Williams, he declined so much last year compared to the year before. Now we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's not good. He screwed himself.
He did have a good Super Bowl. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did have a good Super Bowl.
But yeah, I think
his year was pretty bad.
NFL I can understand because you have families at home, and if you have
But if you're giving up like $6 million.
So I understand the family aspect of it. You want to protect your family, but if you're a college player, what can you risk? You'll stay on campus. You won't really return home.
Yeah, and another thing is with the NFL is Damian Williams is probably costing his family millions, if not tens of millions of dollars, because he's not going to get that contract that he could have if he played.
Yeah, and then obviously you also got Darrell Williams. He could take a step above his game, and then past him, he might not even be if they do keep him. He might be the third option at running back.
Yeah,
And then you got Darwin Thompson. He's more of a special teams guy, but still, he's got another year to maybe step up his game also.
All right, we got 2 more games left, and then we'll do our game day picks. All right, we got UTEP at Texas. Tom Herman gets it done. Is Sam Ehlinger the quarterback still?
Yeah.
Sam Ehlinger he's really fallen off. He was like a top 5 QB like preseason last year, and he's just declined.
No, I remember 2 years ago. I think there was a lot of hype for Texas. You know, they were gonna win the Big 12.
Texas is pretty overrated.
They got to the Big 12 championship game, won the Sugar Bowl that year. But I think Tom Herman's under a lot of pressure because if he doesn't get Texas back to at least competing,
Like when Mac Brown had him.
yeah, a top 10 team. If he doesn't get them,
they're pretty close. They're 14.
I'd say they have to get to a New Year's Six bowl, especially with the Big Ten out. If he doesn't do that, I think he could be in a lot of trouble.
He could be on the hot seat then.
Yeah,
But Tom Herman was literally, he took Houston to a New Year's Six bowl, didn't he not?
Yeah, they beat Florida State in the Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
All right, so we're both taking Texas, and then this one's interesting. Western Kentucky at Louisville. Louisville versus Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky, they're a sneaky program in the CUSA.
Yeah.
But I think Louisville is just, they're going to get it done. I mean, Louisville, they really haven't been anything since Lamar Jackson left, but they're still like an 8-4 team every year.
Hold on, I'm going to look up to see where Western Kentucky finished in Conference USA last year. Just so that I get, like, Louisville beat Mississippi State in the Music City Bowl, I think it was.
Western Kentucky was 9-4.
9-4, okay.
They were third in the CUSA.
I think this is going to be a competitive game.
I think Louisville's gonna just like under expect, and like it's gonna be, they're gonna pull away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
because like they're gonna be like first quarter Western Kentucky will be beating Louisville.
That's what I was thinking. I think that Western Kentucky's gonna,
and then at halftime they'll make some adjustments,
show a lot of what they got, and then by the second half they just won't be able to keep up with Louisville
once they figure them out.
Yeah, once they figure them out, exactly. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Are we ready for the marquee matchup of it? Normally, when this is going on the real game day, college game day, when we're making the picks for the other games, all four of them can be seen: Howard, Corso, Davis, and Herb Street. But once they talk about the marquee, the camera zooms in on Reese Davis, and they do like some promo for it. But Clemson, Wake Forest. This game does not need a promo. I mean, Wake Forest, where Scott Satterfield's their coach. What'd they do last year? Were they a bowl team last year?
They were ranked in the top 25.
Oh yeah, you are right.
Jamie Newman, the quarterback of Georgia, I'm pretty sure he was the quarterback last year. And as the season went on, they kind of dropped off and they lost to Michigan State.
No, Dave Clawson's the coach, not Scott Satterfield.
Lost to Michigan State in the bowl game.
Dave Clawson's the coach.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
They lost to Michigan State in the bowl game.
Yeah, they are.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but Jamie Newman was their quarterback.
Yeah.
But they don't have Jamie Newman.
They don't have him.
So, you know what, Pat? You want to make your call first? Pat, who are you going with?
No words needed. Welcome to the pizza party.
Clemson
Tigers.
He's got the Sean Watson jersey. He's got it. That's who his pick is. All right, my pick. Yo, where's the Tim Duncan jersey? Do you not? Dude,
whoa.
Whoa. Where'd we put the Tim Duncan jersey?
Yo. Oh, that was...
Yo, dude. Oh, wait. The Chris Paul. I have two. Where's the Chris Paul jersey?
Chris Paul jersey.
Oh, here's the Chris Paul jersey right here. I got it.
There we go.
Here's the Chris Paul. Yeah, did I fool you guys? Did I pull a Corso? Yeah, we're going Clemson this game. Clemson's winning big. We got the Travis Etienne Jr. jersey here. He's still playing on the team. So, give me that Clemson jersey. As Corso would say. Where's my pencil?
Put it on.
Give me that tiger head. Having a little issue there where they're at.
Yeah, I probably should have took my hat off, but whatever.
I like the Speckler Brewing Company.
Yes. Yeah, when I can't tailgate, definitely got this.
You get that in Lake Geneva?
Yeah, I went to the Milwaukee Brewing Company, Spreckler Root Beer Factory, and yeah, I got it there.
I know they have a restaurant in Lake Geneva, but
They
you went
do.
to the brewery in Milwaukee?
I did, yeah.
When?
It was about winter break 2018.
Oh, did you go to a Bucks game too?
I did not go to a Bucks game then. It was a different time, but...
I mean, you've gone to a bunch of Bucks games since, like, 3rd grade.
Yeah, I've been... My last one was, like, 2016. It's been a while. Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't really want to go to a Bulls game either.
No.
But hey, they finally fired Garpax, so I've ended my ban at going to Bulls games. I can go again. I wasn't going to go until they fired Garpax. They finally fired him. But we're talking football and Clemson. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Justin Ross is hurt. Remember that. It'd be a good team.
Good team. And then they're always really good on the defensive line.
I mean, but granted, they're not going to have the same defensive line of Austin Bryant, Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, and Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. But DJ Uiagalelei, the backup, he's going to be really good.
Yeah, no
the
doubt.
kid from California. And Brandon Galloway, the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Thomas, though, on the defensive end. He's going to be really good.
Yeah, and then who's the really good secondary? I feel like they had
Isaiah Simmons last year.
Yeah.
They had him last year.
He's a linebacker, but
well, he can play anywhere. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's like the Taysom Hill of the defense, but he can actually. But Isaiah Simmons is like a Pro Bowl caliber player, not a platoon player like Taysom. But Andrew Booth's a good cornerback on the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, or Nolan Turner. Are you thinking of? He's a safety.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a good team, and I'm so hot in this jersey, so I'm gonna take it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I need to let some energy out because I might gain 15 pounds, but that's okay because I'm not going to leave the couch today. We'll watch college football probably 12 hours from now. So, I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, what games are going on right now as we speak? We have
Syracuse, North Carolina.
Syracuse, North Carolina on ACC Network. Louisiana. How is that game not the ESPN game? Syracuse, North Carolina. How is Louisiana, Iowa State game the ESPN game? How is it not Syracuse, North Carolina? Alright, just so, for the folks listening or watching out there on Spotify, Apple, or on the YouTube version, remember, if you are listening to Spotify and Apple, remember, please subscribe to the podcast, follow it. If you're on Apple, write a review, give it 5 stars and write us a review. And if you're on the YouTube, comment, and if you're on one of them, how about you try another one? Because why not? If you're on the YouTube, try the audio. If you're on the audio, try the YouTube.
Whatever works.
We're Zoomer Sports on YouTube. We're Zoomer Sports Radio on the podcast, on the audio versions. So try it.
If you are new to this podcast, be sure to check out all the other videos because you will not want to miss it.
I'm thinking on Saturdays now we do a college football show.
I'd say so.
And then every week we'll open up with ripping Kevin Warren until that's how we're gonna go viral. We're just gonna rip Kevin Warren until he lets the Big Ten play.
We need to
let him play.
I need to call his office right now.
Just like the MLB slogan, let the kids play.
Let the kids play, exactly.
But let's talk about our college football playoff predictions without the Pac-12 and Big Ten.
Yeah. Okay, let's just fill in. I would say.
Let's just go with the 8 top teams we think, and then
narrow it down to 4.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. Obviously, we got Clemson, Alabama. We got Georgia.
I think Florida could be sneaky this year.
Florida. I say Oklahoma.
Notre Dame. I feel like it's got to be in there.
Notre Dame is 7. Auburn maybe.
Auburn, sure.
8. Wait. We got Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Florida. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Auburn 7.
I don't think anyone else from the ACC.
No, I don't think either.
Maybe.
Oklahoma State. Maybe Chuba Hubbard.
Oh yeah, Chuba
or
Hubbard.
Texas.
Great running
Texas.
Back. Texas. Yeah.
Tom Herman. Texas A&M too. Dude. Honestly, am I sad that Big Ten's not playing? No, but does college football need the Big Ten? Yes and no.
Yeah.
Does the SEC need the Big Ten? No, but does the Big Ten need the SEC? Yes.
Yeah.
That I will say. The SEC needs nobody. The SEC, if they were alone and then just like they didn't play non-conference, that would still be that would honestly be better, honestly.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't have to play guys like Lamar or McNeese State or North Texas.
Yeah, no. These non-conference... I hate it at the end of the season when these conferences are playing so well and then they just have to screw the whole thing up. And it's like 1 week where Clemson plays the Citadel. That's just bad TV and bad television. It's just
make those games early in the season.
Yeah, when you get to championship week, you need to be playing your top competition. You need to be in.
But if you are gonna lose, you need to lose early, not late.
Yeah, you need to be on the right path. That's what almost got.
And that's how Ohio State got in the first college football playoff because they lost to Virginia Tech early. I think it was the first game of the season they lost to Virginia Tech. But then they won it in they beat TCU. TCU deserved that spot, but so did Ohio State.
It's unfair to TCU because they played in the weak Big 12 back then, so they played like a 2
If they were 12-0 in the Big 12 now, they would have gotten in.
No doubt.
Because Texas was bad then. Texas was terrible.
Yeah, Texas.
They had Charlie Strong as their coach. Where is he even now? South Florida? I think that's where Willie Taggart is.
Yeah, Willie Taggart is at. I think he's at South Florida. They were a good team a couple years ago. I don't know what happened with them.
I think they were when they had Willie Taggart.
And they were in the picture for
Charlie Strong is defensive analyst at Alabama. I mean, that's where failed college coaches go. If they want to get back in the ring, they go to Alabama and go into staff for a couple years. Lane Kiffin did that.
Kirby Smart.
Mel Tucker, he's now the coach of Michigan State.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't he he was the Colorado coach.
And then left.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't leave? Michigan State's such a better job.
Okay, I think we should narrow down the college football playoff to 4 teams.
Alright, I say Clemson gets in. LSU won't. Texas won't.
Oh, LSU's not even my 8.
I was doing more than 8. I was just talking about the teams that have a shot. But Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, Florida.
Okay, I'm going to say...
Or Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame has got Ian Book. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
Georgia doesn't have Julian Newman.
He's not... Notre Dame's never been like a stat-crazy offense. Like, you're not going to put up big numbers.
They just got to win the games.
They just got to win the game. So that's probably...
I honestly... Notre Dame has a great shot to get in.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to be biased. I'm just going to go who I think are the 4 best teams. Okay, I'm going to go...
Obviously, Alabama, Clemson.
Clemson, Alabama. Bryce Young's the quarterback, right?
For
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Devontae Smith. Jalen Waddle.
He's the second wide receiver.
Najee Harris.
I think Clemson, Alabama.
Yeah, that's definitely a playoff team.
Clemson, Alabama, Notre Dame, and then who gets that last spot? Oklahoma, Florida, or Georgia, or Auburn. Those 4 teams are going for that last spot.
I'm going to go... I don't want to... I would say Florida, but I don't know if they're going to put 2 SEC teams in there.
But I would say Georgia, but Julian Newman's not there.
Yeah.
So I think Oklahoma maybe.
Clemson. I'm going to say Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma, Notre Dame in that order.
All right, that is the 4th.
Actually, no, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, because I don't want to see them play. I think they would try to avoid an all ACC semifinal.
Yeah, because that's an interesting question. Should Notre Dame have... Because they're already in the ACC for every sport.
I think this could change. They could be ACC permanently.
I think they should be. Because, like, the independent... Granted, they won't be able... They'll still have to play USC, because that's, like, their big rival.
Yeah.
Like, they already play so many ACC games already. It's like, they should just be in the ACC.
They should. I mean, the other independents, BYU...
The only reason they're not in the ACC is that NBC TV deal.
Yeah. Mike Tirico. Yeah.
And Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
He didn't even go to Notre Dame. Why is he calling Notre Dame football?
I don't know.
He went to Boston College. He went to a different Catholic school.
Yeah.
Why don't they got like Joe Montana? Joe Montana probably can't think.
Joe Montana is probably going through a...
Why don't they have... They should get Mike Golick.
Yeah.
From Mike and Mike. Because remember, he just got let off. He just got like fired from ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
He just got let go because this radio. We just faked Notre Dame football. Get Mike Tirico and Mike Golick. Mike and Mike,
Notre Dame edition.
Mike and Mike. Bring it back. Even though it's not Greeny, it's not Greenberg. Bring back Mike Tirico and Mike Golick. Mike and Mike call Notre Dame football. That's how you increase viewership for Notre Dame football.
No doubt. And that's how you get them...
And honestly, you can still have Doug Flutie in the booth. Just bring in Mike Golick.
No, you can't. It's
a 3-man booth.
Just expand the broadcast.
That's what's going to happen for Sunday Night Football next year. It's going to be Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Drew Brees.
Oh, Drew Brees. Yeah, this is the last year of retirement.
I mean, he hasn't announced it officially, but I think... I mean, you saw my video. I think he's going to win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs and go out on top like Peyton Manning did.
Yeah. So, that's going to be Sunday Night Football. Yeah, they should do the same thing with Notre Dame. But back to my predictions. I think Florida last year, Felipe Franks, I believe, transferred to Arkansas, so they got Kyle Trask full-time. I think he had a great season last year, especially for being thrown right into the fire and to be the quarterback. I think he won like 10-1 as a starter, won the Orange Bowl over Virginia. that was a great season for him, and I don't see him stopping from
Why
that.
would Felipe Franks transfer to Arkansas? It's such a worse decision.
Yeah, I think that he could have. I'm surprised that they let him stay in the SEC.
No, I'm surprised he went to Arkansas. Arkansas is gonna be like 4-8.
I know.
Well, they're only playing like 10 games, right?
Yeah, what else?
Honestly, they should play 12 games. They should just add 2 more in the other division from the SEC.
They should.
I'm just gonna refer to them as 4-8. That's probably be like 2. That's like 3-7 probably for 10 games.
Probably.
That is 3-7 for 2 games. But I'm just gonna refer to it as 4-8 because college football's been 12 for God knows how long.
A while. Yeah. But anything else that we got to cover today?
I think it's been a good show.
I think it's been a great show.
I think it's honestly been one of our best. This has probably been our best show since that first show in live sports were back.
Yeah, this is one of the first shows in a while I'm actually excited on the show because I'm so glad college football's back.
I know.
And football is
college
back.
football is the greatest sport to. College basketball and football are tied for number 1. These greatest sports to watch because there's so much added more energy because like the whole school's behind the team. Like there's just so much more energy. I feel like.
And I know it's more the NBA than the NFL, but they do not play with passion. The college is the environment. It's electric.
There's some Luka Garza, Iota Sumu, Kofi Coleman. They're so hyped. Like Kofi Coleman punched the ref. He punched the ref. He was so excited. He just went pop.
That's the emotion you're talking about.
And he's like 6'8", 250-pound man. Just imagine that fist just clocking you in the head.
Oh, that'd be. I mean, the pain.
That probably hurt Kofi's hand.
Probably, yeah. I mean, the pain and the excitement, that's how you know the college atmosphere is great.
Hey, score alert. North Carolina is now up 7-0 versus Syracuse.
Oh, what kind of a touchdown was it?
I do not know.
Whatever. We'll check out that later. But,
well, we're calling it a show, so you can go check it out on your own. Mm-hmm. But this has been episode number 23 of Zoomer Sports Radio, the first college game day edition of the show. We will definitely have more in the future. Pat, any last words?
That has been it for today. It's been a great show. For now, I just want to get on my couch. Thank you for listening. That's all we got for today. It's game day, boys. Peace out.